Hey, hey, hey! What's up, people? I uh, I got an update, but my intention was to talk about the uh, the upload I put up yesterday, and I got some feedback from people that were interested in the post I put up, or the video I put up, uploaded to the channel uh, about the violence. And it's my opinion. You don't necessarily have to agree, but I have received some updates uh, that's concerning what happened just yesterday on New Year's Day, and I even got some more information. But the violence hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped, not one iota. But the two juveniles that were shooting at Catawba College, they have been formally charged. This is serious, and I'm pretty sure the charges may be upgraded. But I got some more information, but I'm gonna wait on that. But they have been formally charged. I still don't understand exactly how it got started, but the whole thing, based on what I'm hearing and understanding, is quite ridiculous. But that's not the news of the day. And I do have some tragic news, but I'm gonna save that for last, as far as these updates are concerned. And I was wrong. I thought that the celebrations downtown on New Year's uh, Eve went out without a hitch. There was no specific violence uptown, but guess what? Oh yes, there were, and it was a shooting in the middle of downtown on New Year's Eve when everybody's out celebrating and having a good time. One more idiot chose to ruin the night, and unfortunately, uh, that person is in the hospital at my very job, the hospital that I work for, uh, and that person's injury is serious. Uh, I think our perception about violence is that it's not prevalent. This is every day. You have murders and shootings every day that involves the black community. Once again, I actually did a search and tried to find some other channels that talked about the same issues that I talked about. Can't find one. It's like my people, the black community, don't want to talk about the stuff that seems to be more prevalent. It's these type of crimes, the brazen, the broad daylight in specific areas. It's uncomfortable for me, but I see it happen all the time, and it's every day. This is not last week's news. This is not news from a month ago. This is yesterday, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. I'm trying to concentrate on other issues that was reflecting those what you call those mob raids where they would go in the store and bust out glass and take items that don't belong to them, shoplifting, just kind of weird stuff. I thought I was gonna get onto that, but once I started posting other videos concerning the violence and the gun violence, uh, it made me feel like, okay, well, I better take care of this first. That other stuff could wait because it can, because the shootings is much more important than those idiots out there running in the stores and breaking glasses. So I'm gonna have to say that again for another time. Uh, some idiot, which he has been arrested, uh, committed an armed robbery the other day. He went on to well, I can't remember his name, but of course, he fled, and he's been on the run from the police. Well, they finally got him. So there was an armed robbery a couple of days ago, and it was a big news item, but there was so many different elements coming in, I didn't get the full specific uh, actual details on that. But a robbery that happened to, it was a brother, probably closer to my age. He wasn't no teenager, nothing like that. So I think he was like in his early 40s or something like that there, which I'm older than him, but of course he's black. I'm dealing with the issues that concern the black community, so please don't second guess what I'm telling you, because some of these things you can actually go and look up. About the Catawba College shooting, the two juveniles. But what caught me off guard was, and this is, forget not the armed robbery. This is something else. Tear gas. Are you listening? Tear gas was used to break up a fight at a high school basketball tournament. But hold on, listen to this. Between fans of Farmville Central and Life Life Christian Academy. Tear gas had to be used to break up a fight between these two. Farmville Central and Life Christian Academy. Go figure. You don't believe me? Go look it up. This stuff just happened. High school students can't even enjoy a basketball game, a basketball tournament. And the police had to come in and use tear gas. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with these teenagers and young adults. No concern whatsoever. Tear gas to break up a fight? Oh, boy. And the list goes on and on about the shootings and stuff that has happened within the last couple of days, or as early as December the 30th, 31st, yesterday, today. It's been so many shootings, and I'm just picking out general topic, but some of the stuff you can go look up for yourself. About the Catawba College shooting, the tear gas fight at Farmville Central, Life Christian Academy. Look this stuff up yourself. And the man that committed the armed robbery, they finally caught up with him. So there's been so many stories about that particular incident because it took a while to actually catch the fugitive. But he wasn't a teenager; he was an older man, like close to my age. But the most important subject that is what I call an update, and I hadn't broadcast anything because this is accidental, and it happened on Christmas Day. That 3-year-old girl that was shot, well, she has died. Ailey Gordon, a 3-year-old girl shot on Christmas Day, has died because she got access to a gun. A 3-year-old child is no longer with us. Now, I know you said, well, how did she get access to the gun? No details has been provided from what I'm understanding. So I actually got like 4 different updates about that. But that happened on Christmas Day. And y'all still don't see a problem. The question should be asked, how did she get access to the gun? Well, you could pretty much guess. Carelessness. So that investigation is still ongoing, but I'm still getting in information about that. But Ailey Gordon didn't even get a chance to live because somebody was careless. I think the person should be formally charged, but the police hadn't made a decision about that yet. And the quicker I get information, I will post it. But you have her name, and these are stories that you can look up. I'm not making this stuff up. Y'all can look this stuff up for yourself. This is every day I've been reporting on this stuff. And it's ridiculous. The more stuff come in about the black community, the more I will be posting. And you can like it or not. But our lives, our future has been devalued. Haven't been devalued by any other race or any other people. You've done it. You chose to sit on the sidelines and not get involved. Not me. I do this pretty much every day. Sometimes I'll wait maybe a week at the most before I could get an update about the tragic events. All this stuff is in or nearby Charlotte, North Carolina, which is where I live. This stuff is happening every day. But you don't see Black Lives Matter. And they're not totally responsible for everything because they stood up for one important issue, which is our interaction with law enforcement. It doesn't turn out good. But we have other issues that's much more prevalent and much more important. And until you decide to do anything about it, which is what I'm doing, I'm speaking out about it, then you will continue to get the same results every day. Not every other day, not every other week, not every other month, every day. The violence, the gun violence, the shootings, intentional or unintentional. And y'all want to talk about law enforcement. I'm speaking directly to Black Lives Matter. Y'all want to talk about law enforcement. Well, let me know when y'all going to show up when it concerning these issues. Let's talk about that. Speak out against that. Protest against this. The information that I'm putting out. And one other thing that I thought about today, which I should have posted, is I wonder what the people who came before us would think about all this. All the heroes of yesterday. All our black leaders of yesterday. The ones that had that original pride and that decency to stand up and do what's right. I wonder what they would think about us. And say, well, did what I do matter? Did what I believe in matter? Did I do enough? How are my people doing today? And what has changed? I wonder what they would think about our condition and the stuff that we choose to do every day. People like Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr. People like that. I wonder what they be thinking about. All the sacrifices, all the civil marches, civil rights marches, all that pride that they had, all the sacrifices that they made, all the incarceration that they had to deal with, all the deaths, all the water holes, dog bit, chewed up. I wonder what those sacrifices was for. Being locked up for protesting. I wonder what they would think about the black man's condition now. With the gun violence, the gangs, the drugs. I can't even get to the other subjects and talk about something positive without my people doing something idiotic every day. And it doesn't stop. These are just a couple of stories. The ones I'm trying to keep updated with the current condition. But y'all not even giving me a break. This is every day. But I don't know why. I don't know what triggered the thought of our civil rights leaders thinking of us as well, this is my future and I got faith in it. I wonder what they would think about that now. To see what you're doing in your communities, which is nothing. You're not doing anything. You don't even want to talk about it. You call it snitching. You can call it what you want to call it, but I'm going to be reporting it because that's what they would have done. I keep telling you, you know how you clean up your problems? You start in the very room you sitting in. Then you work to the other room of the house. And if you got multiple floors, then you go from bottom all the way up to the top or top to the bottom. Then you communicate with your neighbors and you set up plans to make sure your neighbor is safe and secure, like security watches. And then you go from that house and then to the next house and you form unity and you clean up that community. And then you go to the next county and then you go to the next state. And that's how you conquer all this ignorance out here in the world. That's how you do it. Clean up your own house first and then step out and help me clean up the world. Good night.